Let's rank the top 25 players under the age of 25 in Major League Baseball. If you are 25 years old at the day of recording this, you do not count. You have to be under the age of 25. So please don't comment anybody that is over the age as of April 24th, 2025. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. The baseball season's fully underway, and if you want to buy tickets to a Major League Baseball game, there's no better place than SeatGeek. SeatGeek takes tickets from all across the web and puts them in one place to make your ticket buying experience as easy and cheap as possible. And my favorite part about SeatGeek is that they give you a SeatGeek score. They tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 whether or not you should buy those tickets. If you see tickets that are green dots or closer to a score of 10, that means they're good. You should buy those tickets right now. If you're seeing tickets with a lower score closer to 1 or a red or orange circle, that means not the greatest deal. You should avoid those. I know that I am looking at that Mets-Dodgers series coming up on Memorial Day weekend. I've got to be in the stadium for that one, and there's no other place I'd go to buy my tickets than SeatGeek. So don't worry, I've got the hookup for you guys. Use my code GiraffeNeckMarc for 10% off your next purchase at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any purchase. Does not need to be a first-time buy. That's code GiraffeNeckMarc for 10% off your next purchase at SeatGeek. So head down to the description below, download the SeatGeek app, and type in my promo code GiraffeNeckMarc to make sure you get that 10% discount. Nobody else gets this code, so make sure you're using it, saving that money. Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. Getting us started at number 25, I've got Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. Wilson is off to a blazing hot start this year for the A's. He's playing really good baseball. He actually got his first walk the other day, which is huge. This guy is running some crazy rates right now. Let me just read these out to you. He currently has a 4.4% K rate, which is crazy, with a 1.1% walk rate, kind of unfathomable. He's squaring up the baseball a lot. Really high batting average guy, hitting .337 on the year with a .344 on base, .472 slugging, and .816 OPS. Defensively, there's things to improve. We want to see him hit for a little bit more power. Again, that bat speed's a little bit on the low side. It's the 1 percentile. But I do think Jacob Wilson is a solid baseball player, and for guys under 25, I think he's a perfect person to get it started here at the number 25 spot. Next up at number 24, I've got Kyle Manzardo of the Cleveland Guardians. Manzardo's off to a fantastic start this year. The power is absolutely legit. And as someone who has kind of had an up and down career as a prospect, people really loved him, then they started doubting him, then they started loving him again. To see the fact that he's not chasing very much, walking nearly 14% of the time, barreling up the baseball at a nearly 20% rate, which is elite levels, and playing in Cleveland where he's able to pull the ball down the line and get a ton of home runs, this guy has a lot of value to this Cleveland Guardians team who could use some left-handed power after the departure of Josh Naylor. Manzardo's been great. He's a really good hitter. That was a great move for Cleveland getting him, and I expect him to be a big part of this offense for years to come. Next up, we have one of Jacob Wilson's teammates coming in at number 23. That's Tyler Soderstrom. While Soderstrom's run into a little more trouble in the past couple weeks, he's still a really good hitter at the major league level this year. At only 23 years of age, not turning 24 to the end of the season, Soderstrom has a major league best 9 home runs, 19 RBIs, hitting .283 with a .350 on base, .609 slugging, and a .958 OPS. He's striking out around 20% of the time, walking around 10%. These are all things that are very sustainable for a guy who's got big power, has been consistent at the plate, and has a really nice, strong left-handed swing. Soderstrom is going to be a staple of these A's teams for years and years to come. Definitely a top player under the age of 25. For the 22nd best player under the age of 25, let's get a reliever in there, Porter Hodge of the Chicago Cubs. Now, I know his ERA is 5.68, but that's because he gave 6 earned runs up in 1 appearance against the Diamondbacks with the wind blowing out. Otherwise, Porter Hodge so far in the roughly 12 innings that he's pitched has a 1.5 ERA, and the stuff is absolutely disgusting. It's electric. The fastball's in the upper 90s. The sweeper is so disgustingly good. Nobody's hitting that pitch well. He's 100th percentile in hard hit rate, which means nobody's hitting the ball hard. He has great extension. The chase, the whiff, the K rates are all fantastic. Porter Hodge is low-key one of the best relievers right now in Major League Baseball. Again, you can't look at ERA. That doesn't matter. He literally has had 1 bad appearance. Otherwise, this guy has been one of the best relievers in Major League Baseball this year, and I think is a sneaky addition to this top 25 under 25. Just missing on the top 20, at number 21, I've got Ivan Herrera of the St. Louis Cardinals, showing some catcher love. Man, Ivan Herrera can just straight up mash. This guy is such a good hitter at the plate. The Cardinals could really use it too. We got a little bit of a glimpse of it last year in 72 games where Herrera had an 800 OPS, but this year before injury, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, a 381 average, 458 on base, 1048 slugging, and a 1506 OPS. Like, yes, he's not going to do that. It was a 7-game sample. But I do legitimately think that Ivan Herrera, in terms of hitting catchers, is going to be one of the best in Major League Baseball for years to come. Defensively, not the worst either. Like, there's some stuff to work on there, but when his bat is that good, I mean, they pushed Wilson Contreras out. You know that this guy's a player, great barrel rates, good bat speed, all the stuff you want to see out of a great young player. Hey, have you subscribed yet? Click that red sub button. Join the team. Become a subscriber. It's free. Get to see all my videos. Okay, now back to it. Getting the top 20 started at number 20, I've got Ezequiel Tovar of the Colorado Rockies. Big fan of this guy. Now, the start of the 2025 season has not been great for Tovar, but we know that this guy is an elite fielder. We saw him play 2 full seasons of Major League Baseball already, and while he's a bit more of an accumulator right now, a compiler, you can see the talent is there with a guy like Tovar, who's only 23 years old, turning 24 in August. Last year, 157 games, 26 homers, 45 doubles, 78 RBIs, hit 269 with a 295 on base, 469 slugging for 763 OPS and OPS plus at 102. With that elite defense, he won the Gold Glove at shortstop, one of the highest OAAs in baseball. That gives you a profile of a player who can be extremely valuable to a roster. I think the hitting is going to get even better as he gets older, a little more patient, a little more selective. You might even see some of the power numbers go up at times, or at least more consistently go up. Tovar is a really good ball player, and the Rockies are in a bad situation. Tovar, though, is not a problem. Slow start to the year in 16 games, but I don't think that's an issue. He's a borderline top 20 player under the age of 25. For the 19th best player under the age of 25, I've got Jackson Jobe, starting pitcher of the Detroit Tigers. Absolutely love Jackson Jobe, was a big fan of his coming out of the 2021 draft. He went 3rd overall to the Tigers. He's getting a shot in the rotation this year, a Rookie of the Year favorite, and so far in 4 starts, a 2.7 ERA in 20 innings pitched with a whip at 1.2. While we would like to see Jobe get some more swing and miss, the last couple starts have been getting better and better. We see that fastball has some life on it, sitting around 97 miles an hour this year. That slider, he's finally starting to use it more and more, and it is really an effective out pitch. The changeup, the curveball, all his breaking balls and off-speed pitches have been really solid. Now with that fastball pushing 97 miles an hour, it's going to be really tough to barrel up a guy like Jackson Jobe, and I just see him being even more successful as the year goes on pitching in Detroit. Guy's a stud. Heading out west here at number 18, I've got Zach Neto of the Los Angeles Angels. Neto is just straight up a good baseball player. While defensively, he needs to improve a bit. OAA is not a huge fan of him. DRS likes him a little bit more. I don't think he's a bad fielder by any means. What you care about with Neto is that bat. And last year, he low-key had an awesome season for the Angels. I know we care more about slash lines here, but counting number-wise, 23 homers, 34 doubles, 77 RBIs, and 30 stolen bases, that's a really good season for Zach Neto in a lineup that had little to no protection last year. He was a 5-win player on Baseball Reference. He's got a good swing, hits the ball hard, all stuff you like to see out of a great player, and someone the Angels can definitely build around. Dropping down a little bit on my list, at number 17, I've got Michael Harris, the second of the Atlanta Braves. I don't know why I threw in the second there. That felt weird. I never call him that. He's just Michael Harris. But back to the point. After what was definitely the worst season of his career in 2024, we're seeing some similar struggles that are concerning in 2025. Bad plate discipline, lack of an approach, low on base, low batting average, low slugging. Like, he's just not playing well. That being said, we've seen 200 plus games of Michael Harris being an awesome baseball player. The guy's a freak in center field. He's got a cannon of an arm. He can steal 20 bags a year. He's a high average guy who has some pop in that bat. I don't think that this is going to stick, but I did have to drop him down a little bit on my rankings as to opposed to where he would have been coming into the season, because so far through 24 games, it has been a bit of a nightmare start for him as well as the Braves in general. A 233 average, 250 on base, 367 slugging, 617 OPS. It's just not Michael Harris standards, but I'm confident he's going to bounce back again. He's a really good baseball player. For the 16th best player under the age of 25, let's talk about the young phenomenon that is Junior Caminero for the Tampa Bay Rays. The guy has the hardest average bat speed in Major League Baseball at 78.7, 100th percentile. He barrels the ball up at crazy rates. He hits the ball hard as anybody in the league. Now, is he terrible at third base? Oh, for sure. He's a butcher. Can't field. But when you have a guy whose average exit velo is 94 miles an hour at the age of 21 and can hit a ball 116 miles an hour, how do you not get excited about a player like this? He's so incredibly young. He's still incredibly raw with his talent. A little bit of Rays refinement, which is what they do so well at the major league level. They develop players that are better than almost anybody. Got to imagine Junior Caminero at some point is really going to have that breakout season, and you're going to be looking at one of the future best hitters in Major League Baseball at some point, if he can kind of tame down the chase a little bit. That's the one concern, the chase. But the guy's ready to hit, and when he does hit the baseball, it's hit so dang hard. Getting the top 15 started. At number 15, I've got Pete Crow Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs. Oh, it might be happening for PCA. He's had an incredible couple weeks right here with the Cubs, on top of already being one of the fastest players in baseball, one of the best base runners, as well as one of the best defensive fielders in the game, especially in center field. You're probably not finding anybody better. He has a cannon of an arm. He covers so much ground, and now he's starting to hit at a consistent level. This is terrifying for opposing teams. So far in the season, PCA has 5 homers, 9 doubles, a triple, and 17 RBIs with 10 stolen bases in 26 games, hitting 294 to 339 on base, 549 slugging, and an 880 388 OPS for an OPS plus at 148 with elite defense. I mean, what are we doing? He's already like a 2-WAR player, and we're just over a tenth of the way into the season. It might be happening for PCA, which would be huge for the Cubs' success. This next player, bit of a slow start this year. Riley Greene of the Detroit Tigers coming in at number 14. Now, I'm not a Riley Greene doubter, and I know there's been some things that are concerning with his game thus far. Like the K rate being 33% is crazy, and the chase and the whiff, like it's nuts. This is not the Riley Greene we're accustomed to, especially because last year he took such a huge step forward in his game, made an all-star team, hit 24 homers, 74 RBIs, and 827 OPS in Detroit, gave him an OPS plus at 133, improved upon the previous season where he was great. He was an over 5-win player according to Baseball Reference WAR, but right now he's been terrible. I don't think that's legit. That's not the player I think Riley Greene is. Again, it bumps him down a little bit because we are seeing him struggle a lot more than I expected, but he's still 24 years old, and he put up an awesome season for the Tigers last year. It was a big reason why they made the playoffs. I'm very confident this guy's going to be able to turn around. He's unbelievably talented. Just ever so slightly ahead of Riley Greene, at number 13, I've got Wyatt Langford of the Texas Rangers. Oh man, Wyatt Langford's off to such a sick start. He came back from injury, and he is just scalding hot. He's played in 15 games thus far this year, 6 homers, 8 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, hitting .294 with a .393 on base, .667 slugging, and a .1060 OPS for an OPS plus at 208. It's only been 15 games, small sample, but we saw him end the season amazingly hot last year. We're seeing him start the season in 2025 scalding hot. He's another one of these freak athletes in Major League Baseball right now who can do everything, and he's shown that he's a very capable outfielder as well. I'm really excited to see what Wyatt Langford can do in his sophomore season, because right now it looks like he's going to be maybe a top 25-30 player in the league if he keeps this up. He's so ridiculously good. The bat speed, the barrels, all of it. Awesome. And then ever so slightly ahead of him, just a smidge because he's a little better offensively, at number 12, I've got Lawrence Butler of the A's. 3 A's players on this video. Pretty good for that team. Got a great young core building, and Lawrence Butler's a big part of it. He had his breakout season last year, 22 homers, 807 OPS, really put himself on the map. And this year, it looks like he's getting even better. The average is higher. The on-base percentage is way higher. He's still hitting for power. He's stealing bases. There's really not anything you dislike in Lawrence Butler's game, and he has the ability to be a future star in this league. The A's need one of those guys, and Lawrence Butler feels like he could be the future big piece that they have. A franchise player maybe once they get to Las Vegas. The power numbers are great. He doesn't chase. The plate discipline's gotten even better. It's a scary combination when you consider how good Lawrence Butler was last year and seeing the improvements he's already made. And then just missing on the top 10 at number 11 is Spencer Schwellenbach of the Atlanta Braves. I'm a huge Schwellenbach fan as a baseball fan. Obviously, as a Mets fan, can't stand him. And that's because he's so dang good. We've seen him throw 155 innings at the major league level, a 3.19 ERA, a whip at 1.02, the fastball, the slider, splitter, sinker, curve, cutter. He's got 6 different pitches. He throws all of them. He's not striking out as many batters this year, but honestly, it feels like he's trying to take a little bit of his foot off the gas pedal. The Braves need some length. They need some more pitching, and he's done a really good job of that thus far this year. He's still not walking anybody, still getting a ton of ground balls, great extension. That slider is just absolutely disgusting, building off of that fastball, tunnels it so well. Schwellenbach is a future ace, if already not one on most Major League Baseball teams. It's just this top 10 is so loaded with guys that I think are ridiculously good. I couldn't find a spot for Schwellenbach right now. That's why he's at 11, but you could make an argument he's like anywhere from 11 to 6. Getting the top 10 start at number 10, I've got Jackson Chourio of the Milwaukee Brewers. Slow start to the year. Looks like that might be Chourio's thing, but based on how we saw the end of last season, I'm freaking out about what the ceiling on this guy could be. First off, he's 21 years old. Last year, he was a rookie at 20, hit 21 homers, stole 20 bases, had a near 800 OPS. That's disgusting. He plays great defense in the outfield. He's a phenomenal athlete. And while the numbers this year aren't jumping off the page, a 102 OPS plus, 743 OPS, the on-base percentage is shockingly low. He's been starting to heat up a little bit. And again, that second half of the season, something clicked for Jackson Chourio last year. And in that second half, he finished with a 310 average and a 914 OPS in 63 games. That is unbelievably good. That's the player we're going to see from Jackson Chourio as he gets older and older. And that's why he's inside the top 10 here. Freak. Another young player having incredible success almost immediately, Christian Campbell of the Boston Red Sox. I don't know if you could really ask for a better start to the season as a rookie for Christian Campbell. He's taken over that second base job. He's owned it. He's not giving it up. 3 home runs, 5 doubles, 8 RBIs in 23 games thus far, hitting 300 with a 406 on base, 475 slugging to 881 OPS for an OPS plus at 151. Disgusting. He's walking a ton, a 15.6% walk rate. He's not chasing. The bat speed's good. He's barreling up the baseball at a consistent rate. This is a guy who I think is going to get better and better as time goes on. He's a big dude. He's 6'3", 191. So I think there's even more power left in his game. And as he plays more and more at Fenway, utilizes that big green monster, I think we're going to see Christian Campbell put up some crazy numbers in his career. The guy is a really good baseball player. Okay, speaking of freaks, at number 8, James Wood of the Washington Nationals. If he could play defense, I mean, he's debatably a top 5 guy on this video. That's really the only concern with his game, and I honestly don't care. I guess also that he doesn't pull the baseball that much, but again, I don't care. Right now, James Wood, in 104 plate appearances, has 8 home runs, 3 stolen bases, and 934 OPS with a 578 slugging. The barrel rates are crazy. The exit velos are insane. He pulled a home run the other day, 116 or 117 miles an hour down the right field line for a home run. His average exit velo is almost a hard hit baseball at 94.4 miles per hour. He's such a freak at 6'7", 234 that every time he makes contact with that bat speed, big things are going to happen. So yeah, I've been a big fan of James Wood for a while, and I do think like in a couple years, he's going to end up being one of the best players in Major League Baseball. Maybe even by the end of the year, could be one of the better hitters in the league. He's just that talented. While I am concerned, I still have to put this guy at number 7, Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners. I will beat this drum until it's broken. He can't be this bad. The bat speed is great. The power is great. The defense is phenomenal. He's super fast. He's an incredible athlete. But for some reason, he swings and misses and chases all the time. And he hasn't been able to figure it out. That's the one thing that's really stopping Julio is his inconsistencies. But when things are going right for Julio Rodriguez, it is difficult to find a more talented player at the major league level. He is so incredibly good when it's going right. It's been going wrong now for about a year plus. So it's something to keep an eye out for. I think you could get mad at me for having him this high. You could also get mad at me for having him this low. I think 7's a fair spot for a guy who's been struggling, but we know has MVP caliber stuff. Just waiting to see it, Julio. Please figure it out, J-Rod. I know Mariners fans are praying you do. Another guy who's gotten off to a bit of a slower start than you'd like to see, but still is so incredibly good. At number 6, Elly De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds. I was really hoping he was going to go absolutely nuclear to start the year. Hasn't been there just yet. The defense hasn't been that strong, minus 2 to start, but that's going to happen with Elly at times. He's still one of the most talented players in baseball. So much raw potential. The bat speed's crazy. The barrel rates are insane. One of the fastest players in the league. Crazy good arm. Playing in one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks. I think it's just a matter of Elly is still so young and he's so big and the mechanics are just sometimes a little bit all over the place that he's going to have these inconsistencies, but still 5 homers, 10 stolen bases on the year already. A 750 OPS is the bad version of Elly De La Cruz. Last year, he was one of the most valuable players in terms of Fangraph WAR in Major League Baseball. The defense plus the arm plus the speed plus the power. It's a rare combination you don't often find, and that's what makes Elly De La Cruz right outside the top 5. Because getting the top 5 started at number 5, Jackson Merrill of the San Diego Padres. Merrill really is just that guy. He's that dude. While he's hurt right now on the IL, in the 41 games he played, you already see the improvements he made from the prior season. 3 homers, 378 average, 415 on base, 676 slugging with a 1091 OPS. He's not going to keep that, but he's hitting the ball harder than he has. He's hitting it in the air more. The exit velos are fantastic. He's barreling up the baseball. He's still playing good defense, a great athlete as well. The walk rate was up, which is huge because he doesn't strike out at all. So if this is a more patient version of Jackson Merrill, who will get on base more and still hit for power and play good defense and barrel up the ball at the rate that he was, he's not just one of the best players under 25. He will be one of the best players in Major League Baseball by the year's end. This dude is so good. And he was a shortstop out of the draft. Now he's playing center field, Gold Glove defense. It's crazy. Padres draft almost better than anybody. They also drafted James Wood, by the way. Trade him for Juan Soto. For the 4th best player in Major League Baseball under the age of 25, I'm going with Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Debatably, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. The guy is so ridiculously good. Now, he's not putting up those crazy video game numbers just yet that we saw in 2024, but we're seeing a very sustainable, consistent version of Paul Skeens that still makes him one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. We know the fastball goes to 102 miles an hour. We know he's got the splinter, the slider, the sinker. I mean, he throws 7 different pitches according to Baseball Savant, which is crazy. He doesn't walk anybody, fills the strike zone with strikes. Nobody barrels up the baseball, gets a ton of ground balls. Nobody hits the ball hard. It's impossible to really be successful against a guy like Paul Skeens right now, and he still isn't even necessarily his sharpest just yet. We've seen a more dominant version of Paul Skeens with the swing and miss, with the K rate, but he's being able to pitch longer into games, getting more outs, a little more consistency with his performances. It's just a shame he's on the Pirates and they're wasting him, because this guy is such a freak. He's so good, Paul Skeens. Coming in as the 3rd best player under the age of 25 in Major League Baseball, I've got Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles. Gunnar is, again, just one of the best players in the league. I had him as a top 10 guy going into the season, and for good reason. I mean, the numbers that he's been able to put up have been video game-like. Last year, 37 homers, 31 doubles, 92 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, a near 900 OPS. It's been a slower start to the year coming off of the injury, and he's been chasing a little bit more than you'd like to see, but again, when he hits the baseball, he's hitting it extremely hard. His average exit velo in the small sample is a hard hit baseball. The max exit velo is up as high as it's ever been. The barrel rates are great. It's just a slow start for a struggling Orioles team, but I have no doubt that Gunnar Henderson will be an MVP candidate again like he always is. Or, I should say always is, has been the last couple seasons. You've watched him play. He's ridiculously good. Speaking of ridiculously good, just missing out on the number 1 spot at number 2, Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah, last year was a fluke. He had the shoulder injury, and you saw in the second half the numbers were insane. Just for conversation's sake, here's what Corbin Carroll did last year in general. 22 homers, 22 doubles, 14 triples, 74 RBIs, had an OPS at 749. In the second half alone last year, Corbin Carroll hit 17 homers in 64 games, an OPS at 919. The shoulder is now clearly fully healed, and he's playing at a level that makes him maybe the front runner for MVP in the National League right now. 9 homers, the most in Major League Baseball, 8 doubles, a triple, and 22 RBIs with 4 stolen bases. Hitting 327 with a 404 on base, 693 slugging, and a 1097 OPS for an OPS plus a 200. He's playing great defense. He's one of the fastest and best base runners in Major League Baseball. The exit velos are crazy. He hit a ball 115.8 this year. That's the top 2% of Major League Baseball. He's had 114 plate appearances. His average exit velo is almost a hard hit baseball at 93. The barrel rate is astronomically high at 17.1%. He doesn't strike out. He gets on base. This guy's so dang good. Second best player under 25. Because, of course, coming in at number 1, the best player under the age of 25 is Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals. Again, he's like, the third best player in the league right now when he's 24 years old, only behind maybe Judge and Ohtani. This guy is on another level. He is so locked in at the plate, in the field. Everything he does is elite. He's the fastest player in Major League Baseball. Nobody faster. He's one of the best fielders in the game, not just at the shortstop position. In general, overall value-wise, there's not many guys better than him. And at the plate, he's got a super high average, high on-base percentage, good OPS. He steals bases. He's simply, again, one of the best players in baseball. So, of course, Bobby Witt Jr. is going to come in at the top of this list. Turns 25 in June, so he won't be eligible for it next year. But there's no other choice here at number 1. The guy has gone 2 straight seasons of 30-plus homers, 30-plus stolen bases. The OPS was 977 last year. Finished second MVP voting, only behind Aaron Judge in his historic season. Expecting him to do big things again, and he's already off to a hot start. 380 on base, 853 OPS. Bobby Witt Jr. is so good. So there they are, my top 25 players under the age of 25 in Major League Baseball this season. I'd love to know who you guys think I left off this list. Let me know your rankings down in the comment section below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in the description, and that's where I'll wrap it up. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Bye!